Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a GameStar presentation. Tonight we have for you a game for number 4 on the Cyber Gamer ladder, and we have the casting debut, at least on our channel, of Elfishguy. How are you, mate?
G'day, mate. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good. Very excited for this game. Speaking of which,
huh?
yeah, we might jump into the Champ Select. That probably isn't going to be picked. But as we can see, NRG Gaming are on the left-hand side. They will be the blue team. They're defending their number 4 spot on the ladder. And the challenges tonight from number 11 come TeamCanLose.
Yeah, some interesting bands coming out from NRG, I think. They're not bad champions, but certainly not regular bands that you would expect to see often. So I'm going to assume that they're target bands against TeamCanLose.
Yeah, that would make sense. Whoever their jungler is apparently a big problem, as they've banned out J4 and Nocturne. That makes me a sad panda, as Nocturne's my favourite champion. They've also banned out Orianna. There was talk about Orianna in the lobby, so I'm wondering if that was taken seriously, or maybe they just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, well, Orianna's still a strong champion, so, you know, a well-played Orianna can change the game.
Oh, for sure. We've been seeing that in the LCS. One shockwave can do so much, not only damage, but disruption to the enemy team.
Definitely, and a bit more standard bans on the other team, on TeamCanLose. Thresh and Vayne pretty much perma-banned these days, and Zac also up there.
Yeah, we saw Vayne banned last night in the game that GameStar covered, and she has become a topic of much controversy of late. People calling her very overpowered, very difficult to deal with. As soon as she picks up Blade of the Ruined King, she's able to just out-duel anybody, even if behind. So they don't want to be dealing with that. We see the Malphite first picked from NRG Gaming. And before we go on, Elf, you are a sub for the blue team, aren't you?
That's correct. I did sub as support for them for a few weeks while their mid laner was away, and their regular support jumped onto mid lane, so we had a bit of success with that, and hoping to see them do well tonight.
Yep, hopefully we can avoid the bias, but we'll be able to forgive you if you slip up a little bit. Heimerdinger being picked once again. I'd love to see him locked in, but somehow I doubt it.
Heimerdinger support, new meta? Surely.
Oh man, those turrets as wards, and the health pot, his passive, constant health pot.
I don't know if I could agree with that there, really, but yeah.
Alright, so Nami, Hecarim have been locked in from TeamCanLose. Pretty strong AoE lockdown ults coming out from there. Potentially going to see a Corki. No, it is being switched around, so we probably shouldn't talk about it until they do decide to lock in. The bottom lane for NRG has been locked in. Sona with the Twitch. That is a lot of burst early on.
Yeah, but I'm a bit worried about that Twitch pick, because Hecarim and Nami is going to be a lot of AoE CC coming out straight onto Twitch. I think Hecarim's going to just jump straight onto him, and then the Nami ult's going to come through behind that. So, and on Twitch you don't have an escape, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for him if he gets behind or if he gets in a bad position. So he's going to need to be careful there.
Yeah, we have seen Twitch do very well lately in competitive League of Legends. In the LCS, he's been making a resurgence. And speaking of resurgence, Ahri looks like she is under consideration, as well as Amumu. So Malphite and Amumu, very strong initiation there. They were perma-banned not too long ago for good reason. They were so disruptive. So a lot of AoE lockdown coming out from NRG Gaming as well. And then, of course, you've got the spray and pray of Twitch, and potentially the AoE and assassination of the Ahri to go up against. Looks like Varus and Anivia have been locked in. They also have quite a bit of AoE, if not lockdown, at least control. And the Ahri does get locked in. What are we thinking about this so far, Elfie?
Well, NRG are actually playing a lot of their comfort champs, and this is a team comp that they're very, very familiar with. So I'm expecting them to play to their best tonight, and I think they're going to need that.
Yes. Now, if Too Strong gets locked in here, that would mean both teams have so much AoE potential, and these team fights is pretty much going to be whoever initiates and are comfortable with their initiation, probably going to take it away. But then again, you've got both teams have very strong counter initiation as well, so it's really going to be a skill matchup. Although, yeah, Shen would probably be pretty decent as well with the Shadow Dash. He knows he's probably going to be going up against a Malphite, and Malphite has a pretty decent burst once he hits level 6. Of course, pretty tanky. Just has problems with the sustain of his mana, and someone like Shen who can stay up lane all day long would be a very smart pick. It's going to get locked in here. Ooh. So AoE team against AoE team. We've seen this before.
Yeah, not a surprise. It's probably one of the strongest team comps around at the moment.
Yeah, just chuck down some AoE CC and hope for the best. We saw it yesterday actually with Reverence versus or Team Flux. Reverence got ahead early, but oh sorry, spoilers if no one's seen that VOD and they wanted to. The AoE lockdown team ends up coming out ahead despite being behind. So yeah, when you've got two teams with that kind of potential, probably going to be very explosive team fights, I'm imagining.
Yeah, I think that the big thing for these teams is going to be their mid laners. I think if Maso Kid manages to get a lot of roam out and does some good work in the bot lane and maybe also in top, that's going to be able to snowball NRG. But I think if it turns into a farm lane, then TeamCanLose are going to have a little bit of an advantage because they have Anivia.
Yeah, she farms very, very easily. I remember at the end of Season 2, Oriana, Anivia, and Karthus were very popular just because they could farm so quickly, so efficiently, and at long range. So if Maso Kid is not able to get out the assassination onto Anivia, or at least, go around winning other lanes, I can see Ari becoming a lot more of a threat if she gets ahead.
Yeah, and Poseidus is actually a very, very strong jungler, and he's on a Mumu, which is one of his best champs as well. He does like to play that kind of tanky AoE jungler, like a Mumu, Sejuani, something like that. So he has been carrying games recently that I've played with him on a Mumu, so I would watch that one tonight.
Okay, so he's very good at seizing opportunities and locking down the team. I think I've said lockdown way too much.
Yeah, I don't want to talk them up too much, but I mean, that's what we've got to do, so
They're on
hopefully they
champions that
don't
they've known
disappoint
to
me.
succeed with.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, you've just given the casters kiss of death. They're going to lose horribly now.
Oh, sorry guys. I tried my best.
Alright, so I'm looking through the runes and masteries of the players. Nothing too out of the ordinary so far. What are we thinking about the level 1 power of both of these teams?
I'm thinking probably NRG has a slightly stronger level 1. TeamCanLose have got the Nami Q and the Shen Taunt as well, so I mean, it's going to be two very strong level 1s, but I think the damage of Sona at level 1 and the damage of Twitch at level 1 with his Expunge are going to be a big game changer at level 1.
Yeah, that is very true. Both of these junglers really need to secure an early blue buff to be able to power through the jungle, get to their Spirit Stone boots. So we could easily just see both teams spreading out, defending the jungle, and getting their junglers off to a good start. But if I had to name an aggressor early on, I would agree with you that TeamCanLose probably a little bit stronger.
Yeah, if I was playing in this game, I don't think I would be wanting to invade against either team because it can go wrong so quickly for you. So, yeah, you need to be careful with that.
And we've talked about how much AoE potential both these teams have. If they get ahead and they've got the damage behind that CC, even if they have a perfect engage used on them, they could just turn around and obliterate the other team so quickly. I know that you yourself are a support player. I myself too enjoy a good support and appreciate how much they really give to League. So we're going to keep an eye out on the bottom lane. What are you thinking of that matchup? Twitch Sona versus Varus Nami.
Well, I think Twitch and Sona have got a slight advantage there. I feel personally that Twitch is a little bit stronger than Varus right now, and Nami and Sona are probably the same kind of effectiveness right now as well. So I think Twitch just switches that matchup over to the Twitch Sona matchup, Twitch Sona lane in favor of them. And I also think that the Sona damage is going to help Twitch as well. But having said that, if either of those lanes get ahead, it's just going to be really, really tough for the other lane.
Yeah, very true. I would argue that Amumu has stronger early ganks than Hecarim coming out. So before 6, I would say Amumu, if he doesn't get counter jungled, will probably have more of an impact. But I think we've all had a fed Hecarim on the other team who just, ults onto you and obliterates you instantly. So as soon as we hit level 6, we're going to have to see what these junglers decide to do. As we head into the skin battle here, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like NRG will be taking the first award of the night with a full lineup across the top, and unfortunately we will not have a Hecarim or Nami skin, but Black Frost Anivia is here, and that is a very cool skin.
Yeah, but I've got to give a shout out to Skinny Vinny because Arcade Sona, one of my favorite skins, really enjoying that one on him.
Oh, it is very cool. I love when she ults and it's like Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, that's probably the best part of the entire skin, to be honest.
Oh, heck yeah. Trying to look on the Twitch chat. Looks like not much of substance on the Twitch chat. So, guys, if you want a shout out or you've got anything to say, please don't hesitate to tell us. Not going to shout you out for trash talk though. So maybe up the quality of the discussion just a little bit. What do you think about Malphite Shen up here?
Well, it's probably just going to turn out to be a farm lane, but I was just going to bring up interesting choice of summoner spells on Malphite. He's taken teleport, so I think we should watch out for a teleport gank bot lane at level 6. I know that's a strat that they like to use, so could be dangerous there.
I would argue that it's also to kind of be able to follow Shen around, be able to stop his split pushing later in the game, and then join the fight when Shen does, or just ult on top of him, take the taunt, and then teleport into the team fight. Shen will have more kill potential early on, obviously, and a nice point brought up by Flute by Night in the Twitch chat, who's saying that Shen has sustain with no resource cost. So probably the advantage will go to him until Malphite can pick up some minor regen. Shout out to Forbidden Angels, who casted with us 1 point. Would love to have you back, buddy. And shout out to Lord Gromblewomble. As there's a pause here, I wonder what that's about, Elfish.
Looks like Otam, the 80 carry for NRG, is having internet problems. He's DC'd.
Oh, okay. So we'll have to wait for that. Shout out to Justays Jono. That's a strange female name. And then we might turn the chat off because they're being a little bit crude to each other.
Yeah, Master Kid known for the trash talk, so definitely a good idea to turn that chat off. NRG a little bit slow with their purchases here, probably because they were focusing on getting the pause out. But nothing too out of the ordinary coming out for TeamCanLose at this stage. Though Anivia's first pickup's 2 Fairy Charms. Not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, that leaves her a little bit vulnerable just because she'll have less consumables. And of course, Ari, pretty damn strong as soon as she picks up the level 4, has Charm and the burst that Ari can bring out, the true damage in the Orb of Deception. But it will mean that if she's forced out of lane early, she will be able to pick up the Chalice most likely on her first back. Tia has gotten nerfed with the rate that it can be charged up at, and Anivia, of course, can charge very quickly with the ultimate Glacial Storm. I wonder if he's going to try and pick up both, like we saw the kind of Karthus build with Tia into Rod of Ages. I wonder if Linezoid, that's a bit of an annoying name to pronounce. Linezoid is going to be going for the tier rower, or maybe Chalice and then Deathcap.
Yeah, well, I'm a fan of the tier rower on most of the AP mids like Nivea or Karthus or something. I'm not a huge fan of Chalice because I don't feel that you get the damage quite as easily. Having said that, it does take a long time for you to get your damage if you're going tier rower as well, because you need to be 15 to 20 minutes into the game before you're even starting to think about a death cap or something like that.
Yeah, very true. Although it's kind of like an investment moving on towards late game, and we've talked about the late game of both these teams, so it would be viable for Nivea to just kind of hold on to the 30-minute mark and then suddenly come out with those massive damage. I'm trying to think of the name of the E, Crystallize or something like that, Flash Frost.
It's Frostbite, I think.
Frostbite, and then I think Flash Frost is the Q. So we will be resuming here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully NRG Gaming can pick up their items and get out there quick. It looks like that's exactly what they're doing. So NRG defending their number 4 spot on the Cyber Gamer ladder. The challenges tonight, TeamCanLose at currently number 11. We'll go through both of the teams. So representing NRG tonight will be the Captain O-Team on the AD carry Twitch, running around with his little Tommy gun. Masso Kid in the mid lane as the Firefox Ari. Skinevi will be Otim's partner in crime at the bottom lane with the Arcade Sona. Looks like both teams getting very close to each other. Twitch may get caught out by the taunt. Flash taunt comes out from Shen, and the bubble is instantly gone up. The barrier goes out from Otim to try and survive the damage, but it is not enough. Shen going to pick up first blood. That is a very good start for the challengers here.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably should have flashed the Shen taunt. I don't know if he didn't see it coming or what, but yeah, he pretty much got stun locked after that. The Nami Q following up, and then also the Anivia Q. So it was a good 3 or 4 seconds before he had the ability to move after he got hit by the Shen taunt.
Yeah, so maybe he's still suffering some latency, or perhaps just didn't react in time. Rounding off NRG Gaming, who are now at a bit of a deficit going into the game. Special Cloud on Coral Reef. Malphite looks like he's setting up to get a Moo the blue buff. And rounding out the team, Poseidus01 on the sad robot Amumu. Looks like he wants to head over to the blue buff. I really hope he doesn't face check into the red team here. They're set up for it. Oh, this is tense. I want to go through the red team, but I don't think we're going to have time to, as Poseidus going to get taunted by
dude,
Shen.
what are you doing?
Oh, he's got the flash available, but his team is in hot pursuit here. Predator 43 could get surrounded as he pops the ghost, gets jumped on by the bandage toss, and Special Cloud picks up a kill. What a fantastic comeback from NRG. Both top laners getting a kill before the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, Hecarim got himself into a bad spot there. NRG kind of collapsing around him. So that's going to sort of put the pressure... I mean, it's not going to put pressure back onto TeamCanLose, but it's going to put NRG in a little bit better position than what they were before.
Yeah.
So I guess they can't be too disappointed with that level 1 after all is said and done.
Yeah, they certainly did make up for it. That was a fantastic bandage toss from Poseidus. 01 got him quite low, because obviously bandage toss doesn't help you too much level 1 against a blue buff. Do you want to run through the TeamCanLose for us here?
Yep, sure. We've got Ego Freaks on support, Nami. Then we have Just There in the 80 carry position, rounding out their bot lane. We'll then have Predator 43 in the jungle on Hecarim. Lionzoid in the mid lane on Anivia, and Why No Deny on Shen in the top lane.
That's quite the ironic name, considering this isn't Dota 2.
Indeed. I mean, it's probably a little bit of a
Tongue-in-cheek
a
reference.
shout out to Dota 2, I guess.
Yeah, so we can see at the bottom lane, level 2 was obtained by Nami and Varus. They used that to get a decent bit of damage down onto Skinevi, but of course he did get that assist from the first blood. Looks like he used that to pick up some more consumables. Probably will be alright once level 2 is obtained. Twitch gets it. He will have his expunge now. He started off with ambush, probably to try and get out of that level 1, but of course he could not, as Skinevi continuing to fall lower, and I think we all know that Sona has the lowest base armor in the game. She has quite a lot, but Sona's pretty squishy early on.
Yeah, well, now that she's hit level 2 and she'll pick up the heals, she shouldn't be in too much trouble. But as we say that, they both get hit by a nice Nami bubble and take quite a bit of damage off Varus's long-range damage coming out there.
Yeah, he is leveling the piercing arrow, so he's going to be able to get the big snipes to counter that spray and pray damage from Twitch. Poseidus01 really playing with fire, getting very low on the golems. He was forced to book it out of there.
Well, he probably knew he was relatively safe down there with his bot lane, able to give him a bit of backup if he did get into trouble. So I don't think it was too risky.
Yeah, we have the back ping from Anivia alerting her team that Ari is out of there. She started with the boots. I'm not quite sure why Masokid's deciding to go back so early. I wonder if it's a... No, it's not a disconnect. He's just decided he wanted to go back early, pick up the Doran's ring, probably a ward. Yes, there he goes, to make sure Hecarim doesn't come up his behind. Pretty smart decision there, as we see Poseidus01 preparing at the bottom lane here, Elf.
Yeah, they'll come in here, and I don't think they're going to be able to pick anything up off it, unless they're going to come out a flash Q from Oh, he's actually hit it through the minions or something like that. But NRG bot lane was not in position to follow up on that because they were already starting to back off,
Yeah.
thinking it was over.
Yeah, cheeky little bandage toss there. I like it how the bubble followed him actually. As the bandage toss dodged by Just Air, that would have been certain death if it had landed. Bubble lands onto Otem. They get a little bit of damage back onto him, but Poseidus' 0-1's damage has completely turned that lane around. I feel now
Yeah.
the aggressors are NRG Gaming. We can see Twitch a little behind on CS by just a little bit because he got zoned early on. And looking up at the top lane, it appears that Malphite, as predicted, is having a little bit of trouble early on.
Yeah, but I think once he goes back and grabs his Chalice of Harmony, he'll be alright. Because Shen does mostly AP damage, apart from with his obvious auto attacks. So he'll also get the mana sustain off that, which he needs to trade effectively with the Shen. So yeah, as I said, I think once he goes back and gets that, he'll be alright.
Okay, so the ward has been placed by Predator 43 behind, near the wraiths of the enemy. He goes for it, but they have already been cleared by the Amumu. Looks like he's heading down to get the respawn on the red. May come around to the Ari now, who takes that E to the face. Anivia has just picked up her ultimate, Poseidus 01, waiting in the wings here. We can see Hecarim just sprinting through the mid lane, saying g'day to his friend the Anivia. As Poseidus 01 looks like he wants to come in. He does have the flash available. Maso Kid going to be falling very low, but
The Shen taunt coming out as well.
Oh yeah, the Shen ultimate on to the egg.
Ultimate.
May not have been... Oh, actually, I think it may have saved her just because it forced Ari and Amumu to get away. I think possibly Amumu could have taken down that egg by himself, but I guess better safe than sorry. They took their kill and got out of there. Well played by NRG.
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
also
they didn't even get a kill.
no, they didn't get a kill, but they got the egg. So Ari is going to be looking to go fairly aggressive within the next 5 minutes or so before that egg is back up. 4 minutes actually is the cooldown on it.
Yeah, so what is Anivia's gold at the moment? 1400, probably going to pick up the Chalice and a Dawn's Ring or something. As we see down at the bottom lane, Otem going to pick up the kill on Ego Freaks. It looks like Skinevi may have been engaged upon, but of course Twitch's burst is ridiculous, and NRG pick up that kill. Despite picking up that kill, they're still about 400 gold behind here.
Yeah, I think that Skinny Vinny probably was fairly safe there. He still got his exhaust up, so they didn't use that, which I think if they were getting into a very, very close fight, then he would have used that to probably save himself. But Nami's exhaust is down, so the bot lane power on NRG is going to be quite a lot more than that on TeamCanLose for the next couple of minutes or so.
Yeah, the spray and pray has been learned by Twitch. As soon as the Dance Dance Revolution is also available, I can see a lot of damage coming out there. We need to keep in mind the cleanse on Varus, who picks himself up a BF sword. I guess he does have some sustain in the ebb and flow of Nami, so it's probably okay that he didn't get the Vamp Scepter, but I normally on AD carries, even when they go back with a lot of gold, like to come back with the Vamp Scepter, maybe another Doran's Blade, just to be able to win off in the trades. So I guess he's going to try and outrange Twitch and use that damage of the BF sword to his... use it. He's resetting his animation constantly.
Yeah, and Twitch has gone back and picked up a Bilgewater Cutlass, so he's gone for that bit more sustained build that you were talking about. And I think that they're going to need to rush back here quickly, and if they can get there before Nami hits level 6, they should be looking to engage as quickly as they can, because they have 2 ultimates against the only 1 ultimate on TeamCanLose.
Yeah, so shout out to Chaos Lord Z-Boy in the Twitch chat, who's telling me that it is Skinny Vinny, not Skin Evie, so... apologies for that, guys. Thank you for correcting me there, bud. It is indeed Skinny Vinny. I'm just a bit silly, I think. As Poseidus going to come up to Anivia, lands the bandage toss. Ari flashes forward, gets the burst damage down, and exactly as you called it, Elfie, that egg cooldown being down was utilized to perfection by NRG.
Yeah, and they're going to push this towards the tower, and Anivia's going to lose probably 2 waves off this, which she's not going to enjoy. And bot lane, a little bit of poke going down as well. So, yeah, I think that now that Nami's hit level 6, it's going to be a little bit harder for NRG to engage on them.
Yeah, the tidal wave and the chains of corruption being possible to use those for the disengage as the bubble lands onto Otem. I think he is invisible right now. He is indeed. Pops out of it, chucks down the Venom cask. So I think both ultimates burn there for a heck of a lot of damage on Otem, not to mention the barrier cooldown. We need to keep in mind that Skinny Vinny does have his crescendo available if something is forced. The Shen ultimate is now off cooldown, so could be very tense here as Poseidus 01 waiting off to the side. Looks like both teams are smart enough to not try and force the issue here.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why Skinny Vinny held off on his ult just then. If he had ulted, he had a perfect positioning to hit both of them, and that might have been able to turn the fight around because Otam also had his ult available. But now that they've used those ults on TeamCanLose, NRG's still got both of their ults available. So they're going to be a lot stronger in this lane. And Poseidus walking through a ward trying to gank there, but nothing coming of it.
Yeah, forces them back up at top lane, the farm lane that we were talking about. Oh, actually, the engage from Y, no deny, goes out. But, of course, both of them are just brick walls at this point. The gold looking pretty even has finally swung into NRG's favour after the 2 kills they've picked up. And I was going to talk about something now. Oh, the CS at top lane is 24 in the advantage of Shed. Jungle looking pretty even. The mid lane is looking fairly even as well, the difference being that kill there. AD carry is pretty even, so it looks like we're in for a very close game here, Elfie.
Yeah, I agree. And Ari going in for a little bit of damage there on Anivia, and it looks like she's going to be in trouble, but the Shen ult coming out. Don't know if it's going to save her, though. Oh, she's got her egg up again, so that's going to be lucky for her. I think they're going to get out of here with no deaths on either side.
Yeah, so again, the Shen ult being forced onto the Anivia there, but that was a fantastic flash from Linzoid. I believe he would have been in much more trouble had he been caught by that curse of the sad mummy. So he probably needs to try and avoid the charms a little bit better, but well done by TeamCanLose to keep him alive there. As we observed before, he lost a lot of creeps to the last time he died. He really needs to try and keep it up.
He's in trouble, though.
Oh! Okay.
Alright.
I don't want to say REOP, but that was quite a lot of damage there.
That was a really nice charm there, and he knew that the egg was off cooldown just because of that little skirmish that they had before, so he went all out, and he did manage to pick up that kill. Really good work from him there. So he's now 2-0, which is a big advantage on the TeamCanLose mid lane, and I think he's going to have to use this to snowball his team and take the game away.
Yeah, he's working towards that DFG that Aries are known for getting roundabouts now. Anivia probably would like a Catalyst roundabout now. Looks like he is going to pick up the Ruby Crystal, maybe going for a Haunting Guys or something. Predator 43 being very patient down here, just waiting in the pink ward. Poseidus 01 also going to come in as the engage goes on to Skinny Vinny, going to flash out of their Dead Sense Revolution, hits all of them. Just there, flashes forward after cleansing, but does not pick up the kill as Malphite going to come in here, pop the ultimate onto Nami. Otam going to pick that one up, and well done by NRG Gaming. 2 kills picked up for quite a lot of cooldowns. They may give up their top tower, but it looks like they're going to transition this straight into a dragon.
Yeah, and that was a really good team play from them. You can tell the coordination that's coming out from them. All 5 members of NRG instantly in the bot lane as soon as Hecarim shows his face, and they turn that fighter around, not losing Sona, which is actually a really big feat because Sona being super squishy, and she got solo.
Yeah, she almost died there. She had to barely sidestep the tidal wave. Not sure if the teleport from Malphite was strictly necessary, but it did work out in the end. The top tower falling to about 2/5 of its health remaining as another kill picked up by Otem for feeding first blood. He's gone 2-0-1 since then, so well done to him.
Yeah, and he probably wanted to come down and just get in on a bit of the action. He is having a little bit of trouble in the top lane, so...
Yeah, must be so boring for them.
Yeah.
They're just kind of butting heads against each other. Okay, so...
yeah, true.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh, that's alright. Okay, so shout out to Chaos Lord Zebra. I think I've already shouted out to him. There will indeed be a VOD of this game available. I'm going to upload it as soon as we go off the air. So, yeah, you will be able to access that. If you like GameStar on Facebook, I will be posting it up there. You'll be able to watch it at your own leisure. So, yes, there will be one. And I also wanted to shout out to Flute by Night. I think another guy that I've already shouted out to seems to be going for the blue team quite extensively.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is, but I get the feeling it's someone that I know, but just not someone that I know
He
by their
mustn't be
Twitch name.
important.
Yeah, clearly not.
Or maybe Elfie just isn't a great friend.
Maybe not.
Okay, so
They're going to be hurt by that, whoever it is.
he looks like he's being a good sport. We do appreciate the support here, guys. Poseidus, man, he has set up a tent in this mid lane, and he is not leaving. It looks like he wants to get onto Linzoid from behind. There's a back ping up at the top lane. Shen looks like he was heading down. His ultimate is available now, so if Linzoid were to get dived, that is available, and he's shown that he's very much willing to use that on Nivea as soon as something looks like to happen. That wall is going to give vision of the Wraiths. Is he going to be able to steal it away? He does indeed. Well done by Linzoid there to deny the counter jungling of a Moomba. You don't often get to say that.
Yeah, and I guess that's probably because the Mumu Smite wasn't up. If he had Smite up, he probably would have taken that Wraith.
Yeah, looks like, what is the cooldown on it? It's just come up now. Oh, as we see Maso Kid going to jump forward into Linzoid, but Hecarim comes in for the counter gank and smacks Ari in the Fez, says, no, you're not going to kill my Ari. And I think that Shen ultimate may have saved Nivea there from the ignite damage, but of course the Shen ultimate was interrupted by Special Cloud as he used the Unstoppable Force, almost pays for it with his life. So very well done from TeamCanLose there. They did have to blow a lot of cooldowns, but they did get the turnaround kill, and Linzoid returns to lane with that catalyst that we were talking about. Maybe he's listening to me, and he has his egg cooldown intact, Elfie.
Yeah, that was pretty unlucky there for Ari because she did get a nice charm and she got a lot of damage out onto Anivia, but I think the Shen ult might have been a little bit unwarranted actually because the egg had just come up and Hecarim was around, so probably didn't need to use that Shen ult to save Anivia. She had have got egged and then Ari would have had to back off anyway because Hecarim was there.
Yeah, I didn't realize the egg was up, so maybe they're just trying to keep a hold of as many lives as they can right now. They know they're behind by about 1.3k gold at the moment. Maybe not the exact numbers, but they know that they're behind right now. They just need to continue holding on. I want to point out the vision for the blue team here, Elfie. It is fantastic. They're all along the river and in the enemy's jungle. They know Hecarim is going to be headed up to the golems. The vision for red team, pretty decent up at the top, and Ego Freaks on the Nami is going to be rectifying the lack of vision at the bottom lane, and we can see an Ari is waiting in the bush here.
Yeah, I don't think they've had vision of that for quite a long time, so they definitely don't know that Ari is there. She'll be moving up into the next bush, which could spell trouble for TeamCanLose's bot lane.
Yeah, do we have the cleanse available? We have the cleanse. Varus's flash is almost up, and all of the cooldowns are available for Nami, and of course Predator 43 is heading down himself. Even Linzoid may make an appearance here. No, Predator 43 going to be backing away as Just Dead going to get ult DFG'd, but Mesokid jumps under the tower. Sona barely picks up the kill on to Nami, and all of the charges of Spirit Rush have been expended here. Just a barely getting off. Fantastic job by Ego Freaks to take the bullet for his AD carry and allow him to live on after blowing both the flash and the cleanse. Oh, the turret goes down at the bottom lane. The flash, Curse of the Sad Mummy, comes out from Poseidus, picks up the kill, so never mind, Varus does go down in the end.
Yeah, those are the comfort picks that we're talking about, so he knew he could do that, so he had no fear in tower diving that on there.
He did barely land that one though. That was a close call.
And Maso Kid probably in that fight in the bot lane choosing to try to charm Nami, that I think was a bad idea because he could have waited a couple of seconds longer for those creeps to walk forward, and then he had an easy charm there on Varus, which definitely would have spelled his death. In any case, they picked up the kills, so not a bad trade for them at any rate.
Yeah, the end justifies the means there. We can see two members of NRG Gaming wanting to go for the Sunfire KP. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely missed. We'll have to jump back 15 seconds, hit the backspace there, Elfie, and we'll have to look what happens. So Hecarim is going to be coming in, gets behind Sona, knocks her forward. Skinny Vinny running for his poor Sona life, but a beautiful wall comes out from Linzoid, ends up picking up the kill after the Hecarim ult is used. Otame is falling lower and lower. I think he's got the ambush running. No, he does have barrier and flash up, but he's gonna use the barrier. Another kill picked up by Linsoy. That is exactly what he needed to get back into this. Unfortunately lost his tower in the mid, but very well done there by the red team.
Yeah, NRG probably being a little bit too aggressive in that one there, choosing to stay too long in the bot lane and being punished for it. I did think that Hecarim might have been going to get taken out by Twitch, but just living long enough and being able to get out of there alive.
Yeah, I think
Unlucky for them.
he may have escaped the long range of Expunge just barely, which is good for him. As we see the Unstoppable Force go onto Why No Deny. Masso Kid coming in now. He is all over the place. Wow, very nice Shadow Taunt by Why No Deny. And he's going to try and ult out. He almost got out of there, but unfortunately got ignited by Masso Kid. A nice Spirit Rush into the bush, and this will spell a dragon for TeamCanLose.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the best idea. Poseidus is quite a good smiter, so he might be able to go in and steal this, but a nice stop there from Anivia, managing to keep them out of the way there. Malphite teleporting in there, but he hasn't got ult, so I'm not sure really what the point of that was.
Maybe he just wanted to have his presence felt. They know that Shen is dead. And of course, Malphite can't push too hard. I mean, I guess he's got his W and his wave clear.
Barrett's getting caught out here a little bit. Looks like he's going to go down straight away, and that kill being donated to Twitch. Nice job there from NRG, and Twitch definitely going to enjoy that one.
Yeah, so Otam picking up the kills left, right, and center. At the 20-minute mark, he's finished his bulk, and he has a bear sword. How much is in his pockets right now? Only 400, so he must have just come back. What a way to come back as the push is going on in the mid lane by NRG Gaming. They're ahead by about 2,500 gold as Wide No Deny going to be coming in, sporting his Sunfire Cape. His counterpart Malphite also sporting the Sunfire Cape. And Poseidus01 looks like he's working his way towards it, maybe going for the Spectre Cowl or the Abyssal Scepter after that.
Yeah, and having a look at the supports right now. Sona's actually picked up an Oracles, which is quite a nice pickup for her because there are a lot of wards coming out from Team No Chance right now. Nami opting not to take the Oracles, so that's definitely going to definitely probably going to play a big part in this game because Team No Chance are managing to get themselves caught a few times, and the lack of wards that is going to happen soon will also help NRG there.
Yeah, so we can see Linzoid and Predator 43 up at the top lane. Hecarim has now shown himself. Anivia following after as Why No Deny going to be bursted by both of them. Masso Kid going to pick up that kill, get out of there as quickly as possible. He has another Spirit Rush charge as Special Cloud going to flash out, but the flash forward from Linzoid and the very nice Flash Frost onto Masso Kid there. 2 for 1, beautifully played by TeamCanLose. Turn that situation right around.
Yeah, it definitely was a nice play from them, and I think it would have been a better idea for NRG to just get out of there as soon as they saw that was coming. Malphite could have easily just run off, and then Ari still had her ult available, so she had 3 flashes, which easily would have got her out of the way there. She also has her actual flash, so 4 flashes technically if she got into real trouble.
Yeah, so you have to hand it to TeamCanLose there, being in the right place at the right time. Why No Deny, despite being so tanky, still falls. I think the DFG comboed with the Unstoppable Force and the Spirit Rush was just too much for his health stacking to deal with. He has gone ahead and picked up the Negatron Cloak, very smart there. It looks like Hecarim going to be going for a Spirit Visage himself. He has gone the Spirit of the Elder Lizard route, so he'll probably be picking up an Iceborne Gauntlet or Triforce a little bit later on, whereas Amumu has gone straight for the tankiness. He wants to be able to provide a constant threat against the enemy. He wants to be able to jump on Just Air and just constantly burn him, probably joined by Special Cloud there, who's gone for the same kind of idea. Now, between the Shadow Dash and the Tidal Wave, I think the counter engage from TeamCanLose is pretty damn... Oh, of course, Chain of Corruption adding to that counter engage. Pretty strong for the red team. But the engage from NRG, as has been pointed out by Twitch chat, very, very strong. If they land a Mumu ultimate, which Poseidus01 has shown he's very capable of doing, it's going to be followed up by the Unstoppable Force and the Crescendo. It's going to be a lot of damage, a lot of lockdown for Twitch to just go to town. So it's really going to come down to TeamCanLose here to make sure they engage in the right spot.
Yeah, and I've got to give a shout out to Linzoid on Anivia. He's playing really well considering he was shut down early game. He's
Hmm.
managed to bring it back, and he's picked up 4 kills now, which is equal to Ari.
Yeah, wow. I didn't notice that, but he's picked up 2 double kills, so equalized himself right out, and he probably actually is ahead in gold because he's ahead in CS. There you go. He's got 200 gold over his counterpart, so very well done. Meso Kid has had so much presence in the map, but his past 2 ganks haven't been working out too well. Perhaps he needs to pick
No.
up the boots too, as the Flash Frost lands onto Meso Kid, going to cop a piercing arrow to the back and force the Spirit Rush out of there just as the blue buff spawns. Fantastically done by TeamCanLose, but of course it isn't over yet. Orb of Reception not quite far enough to take that blue away.
Yeah, and I was just going to point out that Nami got caught a little bit before there and had to flash, so we'll have to watch out for that one. She's now got no escape.
Yeah, she had no CDR apart from Deathfire Grasp at the time, so another 55 seconds till she'll be able to dash around. For those in the Twitch chat wondering, I believe it's been blue team has picked up 2 dragons, red has picked up 1, or the other way around. I know it's 2 and 1 somehow. So we can see up at the top lane, the name of the game is Farm. Both the AD carries doing very well in the farm, as well as mid lane gonna be under fire here. A lot of damage onto Meso Kid there between the Anivia and the Varus. Looks like that may be enough to force them away here, as Ego Freaks going to force his counterpart away. Mid tower is going to fall. That makes 2 pieces of infrastructure taken down, a piece for the teams, and the red ping goes on to the bottom tower. They want to take all the outer towers out.
Yeah, and this is actually a difficult time right now for NRG because they've actually fallen behind in gold for the first time in the game since probably the first kill came out. And it's difficult for them because they've been ahead this whole time, so they'll be feeling strong, but actually Team Canada is going to be slightly stronger than them, so they need to watch out here. Nice catch there, though.
Yeah, the immediate cleanse goes out to take off the stun from Curse of the from the bandage toss. But Curse of the Sad Mummy going to go off. Beautiful Unstoppable Force comes in here. 2 kills already picked up by the blue team. Unfortunately, 1 kill picked up from the Ignite, but a beautiful play from Poseidus01. You definitely called that one, Elfie. He's great at seizing the opportunity whenever he can. That Unstoppable Force follow-up was very nicely done as well. There are no ultimates available for the blue team, and Glacial Storm doesn't really have a cooldown, so we can't count that one. The saving grace for TeamCanLose right now is Anivia's probably the strongest in the game at stopping hard pushes. She's able to clear minion waves and block them off so easily. If she's able to get to the mid lane here, she's going to be able to hold this off, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, I don't know. NRG doesn't look like they're pushing it very hard.
Yeah, it's just a Son of Malphite. That's probably not going to push too hard.
Not sure where Twitch is running off to. He probably should have been in the mid lane taking out that tower. But regardless, NRG really did need that team fight there because they seemed to be slowing down just a little bit then. And that bit of a pickup for them is probably going to do them a lot of good for their confidence and everything like that. So we can see now they'll probably try to engage a little bit harder and maybe win the game off that one fight just there.
Yeah, we saw the power of a good engage from the blue team. We had Shen come in as quickly as he could, but it wasn't quite enough. He found himself in the middle of 5 blue team members, and Special Cloud teleporting in on this ward in the bush here. You've got to hand it to the blue team. They have vision everywhere they need it, and as I say that, of course, Ego Freaks has picked up the pink eye, like you said, and is clearing out wards as much as possible. I think they've realized they need vision to be able to come back in this game. Both teams do so well fighting in enclosed spaces like the Dragon Pit, the Baron Pit, in the jungle. It really comes down to who gets the jump on who first, and of course NRG Gaming probably have the better comp for getting the thing, as Wino denies going to faceplant into the wall, but a beautiful wall comes out. He sidestepped both the charm and the bandage toss, going to get out of there. And Elfie, I think I'm not alone in saying these Baron fights are going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think either team doing a Baron right now would be a huge throw because I think Baron just got changed recently, and it does lower the magic resist and the attack speed of the closest person to the Baron.
Oh, what he does is he attacks you, and he lowers the damage you do directly to him. He doesn't affect your attack damage anymore. And of course, his AoE, which is called Wrath of the Ancients, that reduces your magic resist, but that's been in since he was around. As it looks like red team got the engage they wanted, but unfortunately for them, the blue team's counter engage was fantastically done. That would have been a great pick to fight that 5v3. Looks like Poseidus01 going to be waddling his way towards his team as Wino Deny going to run past the Baz Kebab. He has the level 3 ultimate, which is a relatively short cooldown, only 2 minutes, so he's going to go up and stop the pushing of Special Cloud, who does not have his teleport available. And of course, this top tower, the last outer structure remaining, apart from the bottom lane, but that's quite low. It looks like Wino Deny going to come under fire here, beautifully sidesteps the RE damage, but Special Cloud is able to tank this tower 4 days, picks the DFG, looks like he may get out, actually, no, Spray and Pray comes out. We saw the killing spree picked up by Poseidus01 as well, so 2 separate picks done by NRG, get them another 2,000 gold into the lead, sorry. Top tower may be falling here, and look at the vision, Elfie. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been a really good job here from Skinny Vinny, and especially Skinny Vinny, but also the entire team picking up wards. I think I've seen every single one of them buy a ward this game, so that's a good effort from them, and that's definitely something that you want to watch out for. If you see a team picking up wards for each other, then you definitely know they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they are. Sorry, yes?
I think that if Hecarim had managed to get that engage on the 3 players in the mid lane just before, that definitely probably would have. I always keep saying definitely, probably would have definitely would have. So yeah, go again.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably would have snowballed the game away from NRG, and they would have lost off that one there. So I think they were lucky there.
Yeah, it was one of those maneuvers where if you pull it off, you look awesome, and then if you stuff up, like Predator 43, I guess they kind of got away from it. It was a long shot. It would have looked great if it worked, but unfortunately for them, it did not. They could not take advantage of the fact that both of the team's tanks were off to the sides. And yeah, so they were punished in that way. They've checked the Baron Pit with the Wall of Anivia, seen that the blue team is not doing it. The vision for the blue team falls out, and Skinny Vinny gonna chuck down another pink ward just in time to cover that blue buff being picked up by Linzoid. Master Kid does not have his blue buff, and man, you see that as soon as that red circle from the DFG hits someone, they die pretty darn quickly.
Yeah, well, the Deathfire Grasp right now being pretty much the standard item on Ari. I don't think I've seen an Ari without Deathfire Grasp in the last 6 months or so, or at least since the Oceania server has come up.
Yeah, she's been picking up a lot of popularity in the EU Super Week lately. It looks like she's going for all 3 of the needlessly large rod items, already having the death cap, going to go for the hourglass next. Very smart pickup against the ambient AoE damage of the other team. Looks like Predator 43 was down at the Dragon Pit, although there's no vision for the blue team. They could not take advantage of that. And the Baz Kebab dance is going to start as we see the ult forward from Maso Kid. Going to get the charm down on Linzoid, but the Shen ultimate going to absorb a lot of that. Rampage picked up from Otem. A beautiful tidal wave comes out, but it's not going to be enough. Just there being chased down by 2 very tanky members. Twitch going to be picked up, and Ari, actually, both carries going to be taken down by Shen and Nivea. As a beautiful shadow taunt comes out from the Shen. Another kill picked up from Anivia. That wall was perfect, cutting off Malphite's retreat, and that initially looked good for NRG, but it got turned around beautifully by TeamCanLose picking up the Twitch and the Ari. And just like that, their AD carry looking fairly healthy, they're gonna go for a dragon.
Yeah, the defining moment in that fight was Ari hit a Q onto Twitch, which chunked about half his health. It was just Twitch and Sona against Shen.
I hope Ari wasn't hitting Twitch.
I mean, Anivia hit a Q onto Twitch. And before that, it was a 2v1 with Sona and Twitch against Shen, and it would have been an easy fight there for them, and Shen would have definitely gone down. But Anivia hitting the clutch Q and taking out the Twitch. I was going to say that Twitch had picked up a good position there. He was sitting in the bush, in the river, shooting over the wall towards Wraiths, but he just got unlucky with the Shen taunting over there and picking up the vision of him and then he was able to get taken out by Anivia.
Yeah, and then Ari was soon to follow. I'm so glad you picked that up, man, because I was busy watching Malphite and Amumu just chase down poor Juste, and then all of a sudden Ari and Twitch are dead. It's like, oh, well, the damage for the blue team is completely gone now, and yeah, they got cleaned up. To answer Flute by Night in the Twitch chat, I think they didn't go Baron just because I don't know, they were fairly low. Juste was the only one with any kind of health, and of course he needs to be the one killing the Baron, not tanking it. So I think they may have just decided to go a bit safer, go for the Dragon. It's a very smart decision when you get an advantage to not push it. Say, okay, we won that fight, let's just pick up another 950 gold and run away with it. And as we can see with the gold, it's within 100 G of each other. As the bandage toss comes forward from Poseidon01, beautiful tidal wave hits all 5 members of the blue team, and a bubble comes through hitting Masso Kid. As the wall disengages both teams, no casualties so far. Wow, Elfie, these teams are so skilled.
Yeah, difficult to say who won that fight, really. I think that Team No Chance probably came out a little bit ahead because Masokid is definitely the weakest champion here right now, and he's had to back out, as well as Skinny Vinny on Sona.
Yeah, so we had the tidal wave and the chain of corruption used in exchange for a lot of Masokid's life, as well as the spray and pray and spirit rush. So, as far as AoE ultimates go, NRG Gaming are going to be looking stronger for the next 50 seconds. Oh, it's going to be tricky. I think both teams need to be just a little bit cautious here. This
Yeah,
team
if
is
NRG,
sorry.
if NRG can, oh, okay, you go.
I was just going to say this game is balancing on a knife's edge at the moment.
Yeah,
I stole that directly from Lord of the Rings.
yeah. If NRG can start a fight now, they'll definitely have the advantage, which it looks like they're going to push because they're taking on the Baron now, and Team No Chance are going to want to engage off this.
Oh, as Hecarim's going to be coming in, who is going to smite that Baron away, and Mumu ends up picking that up. Varus and Nami weren't even there. This could be a very bad situation for TeamCanLose. You called Poseidon01 smiting skills at the start. Bandage toss lands onto the Wraith there. The Wraith and Malphite picked up by the Aqua Prison. A quick kill and a Baron picked up by NRG. So it's gone back into their lead now. It looks like they're going to try and use the stats that Baron buff provides to push in the mid lane. And Linzoid going to be picking up the blue buff. Maybe not the best time to be getting blue, but it will help him with the counter pushing as Ego Freaks barely avoids that bandage toss there, and it's left to poor Varus to try and clear. Of course he cannot do it himself, and the mid tower falls.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Poseidon miss a smite yet, so that's definitely a good thing for NRG. And it looks like NRG are going to just try and push down this mid tower, and actually might get the inhibitor if they're quick enough. Hecarim's just come up now, but Varus ult looks like it's turned them away. They're still going to back out, come back, and they're going to have Baron again for at least another push. So they're going to be strong, and they'll need to be careful. Team can lose.
Oh, the blue Wraith just whacking away at Malphite there, but of course it didn't get through his shield. Not going to interrupt the recall there. Moso Kid, oh, he's got his Flash and Spirit Rush up. I don't think he's going to be in too much trouble here. Linzoid, I don't know about the decision to go for blue. He was low on mana, but it was kind of a questionable time.
Yeah, I don't think if he was there, they still probably would not have been able to defend at least the inner turret. The inhibitor turret might have stayed up, at least.
Yeah, but then they probably would have lost the blue, so now they've got a Linzoid running around with blue buff, which is... the inhibitor's exposed, but there's no one on NRG Gaming side who can backdoor particularly well. Maybe Twitch, but if they have Twitch in their base, they could just send one person back to cover him, and then all they've got to do is kill Ari, and they basically win any team fight.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a risk for Twitch to be split pushing right now, and I don't think it would be a good idea. I reckon NRG needs to just stick together as a team and try to initiate a fight while they've got Baron, and if they do that, I would say they'll probably win it.
Yeah, so Linzoid, I love how he's going for the Warmogs here. That is a Season 2 Froggen build. Charm lands onto Wino Deny, but barely anything. Scratches through that Warlord Shen armor there. Both teams posturing back and forth. This wide choke point at the stairs could make or break this fight as another Charm lands onto Wino Deny. As Anivia is going to move forward, catch a lot with the wall. The Tidal Wave is going to come out. I don't know if the Horsey ultimate was used there as Meso Kid is going to come back in. Linzoid going to be forced into the egg. Pops the Shen ultimate as well on top of that. The Chain of Corruption going down. Both teams falling somewhat low. I think it's in NRG Gaming's favor here as they're going to pick up a quick 2 kills. And actually the health bars of NRG's carries looking pretty healthy there. So I think that definitely went in NRG's favor there. Anivia has gone down. The counter pushing is going to be limited at best. Faris sprinting out to try and do what he can. Do you think this might be the defining team fight of this game here, Elfie?
Absolutely, but I don't think they're going to be able to finish the game off this one. And looks like they might just be backing off slightly now. I think they should be going for that top tower right now. Special Cloud on Malphite could tank that pretty easy, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get these inhibitor turrets down.
Oh,
Nexus turrets, rather.
yeah, they're going for the Nexus turrets. Wino Deny eventually going to go down. We have to keep in mind the Baron buff is still active on the blue team. That may be all she wrote for tonight. It looks like the Nexus going to be falling. The desperate last-minute defense from TeamCanLose comes out, but it is not enough. NRG Gaming, as the double Nexus explosion goes out. That's what happens when you surrender as you lose.
Yeah. I think Shen just got himself into a little bit of a bad position there at the Nexus turrets. If he hadn't have gone down, they might have been able to defend it. But just as I said, they'll probably not be able to win this. Yeah, they just managed to take out Shen, and then that was the end of the game.
Yeah, so very well played by both teams. NRG Gaming gonna hold on to their number 4 spot. Gonna try and get Otim in the call with us for a quick call. Oh, just try and turn that beeping off. Sorry guys, we're gonna try and get Odin in here for a quick interview. There we go, bloody thing in my room. So what do you think of MVP for that game, Elvie?
I mean, everyone on NRG played very well as a team. I can't really give it to a particular person. I usually, every time I've cast an NRG game, I've always given it to Poseidus. So I'm going to not give it to him this time. And I'm going to say probably Otam. I'm going to give MVP for that one. Playing really well in lane despite being behind at level 1 early, which was nice to see him come back and become 8-3 at the end of the game, which is definitely shows that he's had good positioning that entire game, or most of the entire game, I'll say. And
apart from, you know, the mishap at the first minute.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's probably one of the defining reasons why they won. But again, everyone on the team played well, so it's difficult to give an MVP for that one.
Yeah, I really wanted to give it to Linzoid there. I thought he had a fantastic comeback. He had some defining plays, but in the end, was not enough. Unfortunately, Otam, the captain for NRG Gaming, is not picking up. So we may just have to sign off. So Elfishguy, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I look forward to doing more with you.
Yeah, that's all right, no problems. And I enjoyed that as well. So yeah, I'll see what we can do, and maybe we'll get back into the game. I'm just talking to Otam on the client right now, and he says he's adding you.
Okay, so I might go join their call then. I'll catch you later, Elfishguy.
All right, enjoy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head into the call with NRG Gaming. How are you guys? How are you guys?
Hello. Very great. How are you?
Alright, so we'll just give a quick interview and then sign off. That early play, Otem, probably not planned, eh?
No, yeah, pretty bad. No, it was all planned.
Okay, alright. Make them
We
worth
had to
more
give them an
gold.
early gold lead.
Okay. So what was the plan going into this game, guys? Did you want to just kind of stack
Rape.
AoECC and win?
No.
To rape them.
Okay.
We just picked the champions.
We wanted
We
to
won.
give MVP to Poseidus01. Elfishguy said he does that way too often, so I think we gave it to Otem in the end.
Yay.
But Besides did
Yeah, we did.
very well. His presence was felt early on. Got some great smites off.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll have to catch you guys for another game. Thanks for inviting me to the call.
Is that it?
Alright, bye.
Yeah,
That was
I just wanted to see how you guys were going.
Thank
Quick ones.
you.
Alright,
Thanks.
catches.
Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Please go like us on Facebook. We've got our new website coming up soon. You'll be able to request us to cover your own game. Have a great night. This is Coldblood and Elfishguy signing out.